why so high end? Why don't you just go for Shimano? The cheapest, budget friendly.
Okay, because the problem is now when I've already started cycling, right? The evil spirit of this bicycle thing has already got into my body. So I'm the type of person where if I want to upgrade something, I will just go to the max. So I don't need to think like, what's the next one, what's the next one, what's the next one? Because ideally I know I'm going to spend more money.
TMCR.
I don't know, he brought me to Sentosa and then we rode. And then he was supposed to bring me to do RTI. But then he said, got no time. You need to do it on a weekend for RTI.
Alright.
And then I was like, okay. Then I told him like, maybe you are bringing me to Sentosa tomorrow. And then he was like, oh, okay, good. Got someone to bring you.
Does he want to come and join us tomorrow?
Yeah, I will join you.
You can ask your friend to come along.
I'll see if he wants, because Thursday he wants to ride. He just finished his Letap.
Oh, the Desaru one.
Yeah.
Do you go?
No, man.
Oh.
He went. He finished it in less than 4 hours. It's 3 hours plus.
Wow, shit. That's 140 km, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fast. What's the average? 36?
His?
Yeah.
37 point something.
But it's in the peloton, so they're just drafting.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some of my friends, they were crashed.
Right.
And then some of them were like gutted, they couldn't finish. Some finished 4 hours, some finished. But I heard the top few were 3 hours plus.
What bike is he riding?
I think he brought his Atos there.
Atos?
Yeah.
Atos?
Yeah, man. Seriously.
He's in Singapore?
Yeah, he's a Sabahan in Singapore. So I told him like, yeah, you're the next one I'm going to ask you to go in interview.
Nominate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start, man. Aaron, thanks for coming all the way from Sabah. KK?
Yeah, from KK, Kota Kinabalu.
What brings you here?
Basically, I'm here to visit my grandmother, basically. I mean, during the pandemic, we didn't get to travel a lot. So basically, it's just to bring my family to visit her. It's been a while, for 3 years. And while I'm here, take the opportunity to ride at the same time, since I have a friend here who is from Sabah. So I thought, why don't take the chance and even take the other chance to meet you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for coming over. KK, so what's it like riding over there, man? Like, is it very mountainous? I've never been. I only climbed Mount KK once.
Oh, at least you've climbed. I haven't climbed.
Oh
yet.
my god.
Yeah, so I'm not a true Sabahan actually.
Is it a tourist thing that only the tourists do it? The locals don't do it?
I would say they would normally ask you to climb it to say that you're true Sabahan and stuff. But for me, I haven't done it yet. Maybe I haven't trained enough, or maybe that's not my thing. I think in terms of routes, Singapore is really flat. I would say in KK we have much more undulation in terms of our gradients and climbs. So as I was talking with, I think I went to One Bike Asia the other day, and then I was talking to one of them, Jason, and I was explaining to him like, you guys should come over, have a ride and stuff like that. He said, oh, you cannot, because we are having, in Singapore it's basically flats.
They can't climb.
Yeah, you're talking about Mandai or Fraser or Faber, right? Whatever. And say maximum is only like what, 50 meters, the inclination of maybe 17% or something, right? And then whereas for KK we have like maybe there's one place called Kokol, and that's like more than 10 kilometers of average gradients, 14 to 17.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I mean that's why, I mean, if you have time, you feel free to come down to KK. I can bring you around to those climbs.
Yeah, sure, man. But I don't think my body can take that, and my bike.
Yeah, I'm not a climber as well. I'm not a climber. I'm trying to be. So yeah, I mean, TCR can climb, they say, but I think it all boils down to the rider in the end.
But naturally, aren't you a climber because the terrain there is like that, right?
Yes, but I'm not really hardcore climber. I mean, you're used to the terrains, you have like a few gradients here and there, but there are some people who are much more hardcore, so they really just ride for the gradient. For me, I was actually a leisure rider, so to start off, I actually wanted to get a pro bike for a very, very long time, and then I actually tried to buy a hybrid bike. So I went to Psychology KK, and then I asked them for some advice. And then I was telling them, okay, no, I'm just here to buy a hybrid bike. I'm not looking to buy any bike. Every bike is so expensive. And then after that, I went back. He was telling me, you should think it over, because at the end of the day, when you buy a hybrid bike, you're gonna end up buying a road bike, like everybody else. And I was like, no, I'm sure I'm not. And then after that, I talked to my other friend who is from Kuching, and shout out to Zul. And he's basically, I would say, an avid cyclist. He's been cycling for more than 7 years, and he does competitions and stuff. And I was asking him about this bike, so like what should I buy and stuff like that. Then he was saying the same thing, you should buy a road bike. And then everybody is pointing me to the road bike. Everybody. And I was like, okay. And that was like pre-pandemic before. And then in the end, I didn't buy it. And then I think I've been riding for about 10 months now. So this is relatively new, but I think you see what happened to it. So I don't know whether that's new or good or bad. I don't know. Yeah. So in the end, I ended up buying a road bike, and I enjoyed it in the end.
So you're a COVID cyclist? It's a COVID project?
Yeah, sort of. But I still cycle more now.
But why did you go to psychology for a hybrid bike, man? Psychology is like expensive stuff.
I don't know, because like in KK, we only have limited places to buy bikes. So you have psychology, you have another bike shop, I forgot the name, but at the end of the day, you have limited choices, you see. It's not like in Singapore or in KL, you have so many choices. And at that point of time also, for my size, it was limited and you had to wait for it to come. So at the end of the day, that's the only bike shop that everybody goes to.
So you didn't get the hybrid, you went straight for, is this the first bike then?
Yeah, this is my first bike.
Okay. By the way, you got business opportunity in Sabah, man. Got some spare cash lying around.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Okay, cool. So this is a Giant TCR Advanced Disc 2 Pro Compact 2021.
Yeah.
In a medium large size.
Yes.
Medium large, so what's the top tube? They count by top tube length?
Yeah, I have no idea for that actually.
54, 55? No
I
idea.
think maybe 56.
Okay.
Size, right? You're talking about the size,
yeah.
right? Yeah, around 56, I think. Because I'm 183 cm.
Yeah.
And I asked them for the size, and they told me this is my size. And luckily for me, because I did a bike fit at OBA, I came here to do a bike fit.
You came to Singapore to do a bike fit?
And I went to OBA, then they told me this is my size, so I'm okay, I'm lucky.
But you did it the reverse, so you got the bike, then only the bike fit?
Not really, because when I went to KK to buy the bike from Psychology in KK, I asked them what is my size, so they told me M and L. And then in the end, I did a bike fit there, a manual bike fit, like the traditional, you buy a bike, you come with a bike fit and all this, So they did a bike fit for me, and then it was fine. After which, I think mutated my bike into this, and I changed a few things here and there, so I needed another bike fit, but they couldn't do it that properly because I think they had one staff which left. So due to limited resources, and I was looking here and there, and I saw on Instagram and stuff like that, and I saw this ID match thing, and I asked my friend here, like, how is it? And then he was like telling me, oh, everybody's doing that in Singapore, it's like crazy. And so I thought, you can't go wrong with AI, you can't go wrong with a machine, so why not try, right? Since I'm here. So that's how I ended up in OBA.
Okay. I'll talk about bike fit later on. So what prompted you to buy a Giant as your first bike?
Stock. There was no stock at the point of time. As you know, COVID time is very limited in stock, right? So I asked a few friends here and there. Everybody was pushing me to get a Trek Madone.
As a first bike, it's overkill, man.
It's like Trek Madone, Imonda, or even a Cannondale. But then it all went back to just get a Giant TCR. You will not regret it. It's a great first bike. Everybody owns a Giant TCR will tell you the same thing, and then you move forward to that. So I think you also owned a TCR before, right? So yeah,
that's my first bike.
I think that's budget friendly and everything, you know, like to start off with, you know, then when you like it, then you can move on to a better bike or something like that.
Obviously this bike did not come with, as to what you guys are seeing it right now, right? I was just talking to you just now. My friend wanted to buy this bike in this colorway, and if I recall correctly, it comes with the 105 group set and aluminum wheels.
Yes.
Very very basic.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for that in ringgit?
In what? For my bike?
Yeah, before the upgrades, the stock bike.
I think about, at the time, ringgit, about 8 to 10.
8 to 10,000, so that's about like 3,000 Sing dollars.
Yeah.
Was there a budget in mind?
Yeah, of course. It does. For me, at that time, right? I didn't want to really explode my wallet. I just wanted to get into the cycling, the sport, and then to see whether I'm okay, fit for it. Can I do it? Can I cycle? You know, I wasn't even in clips at the time, and then the guy, like, I think from Psychology KK, was like telling me, okay, you know, get this bike, this budget, and just do it. So I did it, and then I told myself at the end of the day, if I don't do it now, I'm just going to be thinking about it over and over again, and then I'm just going to be like, I need to buy it, then only I will cycle. Because if I buy a cheap bike, I will not cycle it, right? I would just be like, okay, I can cycle another day. But when you buy it's not say so expensive, but it's a good starter bike, I would say. Compared to your bike, it's more expensive than my bike. You can buy 3 bikes, I think. So
you're roasting me in front of my own show,
I'm serious, man. I know how much is a specialized S-Works especially. So I think my bike is just normal, I would say normal.
Talk us through the upgrades that you've made and the reason behind it. And which was the first upgrade that you made? Maybe you start with the first upgrades and then from there on.
So basically, as you mentioned earlier, I bought this bike stock. So it came with a 105 and everything was standard 105 except for the crank. It was I think the chainring was not 105. I think it was a standard Shimano something. And then everything was Giant standard. So I think, what did I change? The first thing I changed was, I think the saddle.
This is the Physic.
This is a Tempo Algo R1.
Okay, short nose, right?
Yeah, short nose. Because I had saddle issues with my previous stock Giant saddle. So I went to look for that saddle first, and then I thought, like, you know, it's gonna save my butt. And so far, so good. It's running on a 160 mm.
How did you determine whether 160, 150?
I went to KL to test my sit bones, and also I did a sit bone test at home, and I realized that my sit bones is quite big. It's like 150, 155 around there.
How do you do a sit bone test at home?
You go through YouTube, then they ask you to sit on this, like if you have a piece of paper or your cardboard, and you just sit on a really like flat area, sit straight, and then wait for the depression to come in, and then you measure it from center to center, and then you get a rough idea of how wide is your sit bone. Of course, you don't wear jeans or whatever. You have to wear like cycling attire to do it, you know. I mean, or really like normal shorts. So I did it on YouTube, you know. I searched everything on YouTube, and I tried to do it myself. So after which, then 1 month later, I decided to go into clips after 1 month, and I just bite the bullet, and I changed my wheels and my tires as well together, one shot with the clips.
Why this look pedals?
Okay, actually I wanted to get the look carbon ceramic titanium one actually, but they didn't have stock.
Why so high end? Why don't you just go for Shimano, the cheapest, budget friendly?
Okay, because the problem is now when I've already started cycling, right, the evil spirit of this bicycle thing has already got into my body. So I'm the type of person where if I want to upgrade something, I will just go to the max. So I don't need to think like, what's the next one, what's the next one, what's the next one, because ideally I know I'm going to spend more money. So I try to reach the, like what you all say, the end game. Yeah,
There's no end game in cycling.
end step or something like that, you know. So I tried to speak to psychology, and I told them I wanted that, and then they didn't have the stock, and then they said this one, and I was like, okay, fine, this one. So we went for this lah. And 1 month after, I think my friends were like telling me it's a bit too soon, or maybe you can try, but you definitely fall. So I fell 3 times, but that was like near my house and stuff like that. So after I fell 3 times, it was fine.
So then you've gone for Zip 404 Firecrest.
Yes, I've done a lot of research on this.
Hookless, right?
Yes, hookless, tubeless, you name it, and it's something that you don't like. Yeah, so
Convince me, please.
I would say for me, right, honestly, riding with some of my friends, they have experienced a lot of punctures. And
On clinches you're talking about?
on whatever, as long as it's tubes.
Okay.
As long as it's tubes. You're using tubes, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I haven't touched it. I haven't gotten one until now, even in Singapore. So
You won't get it in Singapore.
yeah, I mean, you never know, man. There's so many people when I rode in Singapore, like there's some people fixing flats or something. I don't know. It happens lah. But so far, the comfort-wise is really good. And a friend of mine was telling me that they were suggesting, like Princeton carbon wheels.
Not on the Giant, man.
And then like NVs, like what you have, the for what? For
5.6.
5.6 or whatever. And then I was like wondering why nobody talks about Zip, when Zip used to be very popular before, right? And I read about this one, and then contemplated, and then I just got it lah, because it's new technology, it's new, it's Zip, lifetime warranty, so why not, right? Previously it's not lifetime warranty, they did not cover, and only NVs do that, right? So Zip now they do lifetime warranty, so I think that's a little bit different. And I'm running on 57 in front, 61 at the back.
Oh, so it's staggered.
Yeah, because following like Zip's wheels, they have a max PSI for this wheel.
I've heard.
So it's about 72 there. I think if you see 72.5, I think. So following the riders, right, the weight, then they will calculate using some app, which is the SRAM app, I think. They'll calculate based on your height, your tires, and your weight and everything. Then they will output the optimum PSI for both front and back.
So what's the PSI? It's very soft. I just pinched it just now.
Yeah, it's 57 in front, 61 at the back.
57. Okay, sorry. I thought the rim depth. Sorry.
No. It's the PSI. PSI.
Okay.
Yeah.
P0s. How are these P0s?
Excellent tires. I got these tires way before it launched. When it went crazy after the Tour de France, when they won the Paris-Roubaix, the one where the guy won. So I ordered it before it went viral, and then after I got it, and then I put it on, and then it was out of stock everywhere. So, but it's a very good tire. So far, I've never changed it ever since my last change. Grippy.
It's not cycling enough lah.
I'm like I said, I'm just a weekend cyclist. I'm not like you guys like so serious, but I mean I try to be somewhat like you guys, can maintain very high speeds, very strong cadence. I will try and build that towards end of the year, I would say.
How do you rate these wheel sets?
Hard to rate lah, because I didn't try as many, right? I can only relate it to my aluminium wheels, which is
of
crap.
course it's better, man.
It's way crap, But I mean, holding speed, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's light as well.
It spins up fast?
Yeah. Acceleration is fast as well. I'm not so sure on how it goes with like a lot of crosswinds or not. But as I rode here, I feel that you guys have a lot of wind here.
Everyone on my channel says, hey, Singapore, no crosswind, nothing.
I don't know. It feels weird because like when I rode, it was like quite windy lah.
Crosswinds or headwind, tailwind?
I don't know, any which way.
Any direction.
There's like winds lah, then I did feel like I know you have a lot of lorries lah here, right? Passing by here and there. So for me, it's just different because like where I ride, normally I wake up like what, 5 something in the morning. It's quite similar to here, and we don't have that much. We just ride. But yeah, I mean, the wheels hold up for me still okay. But some friends would say otherwise lah.
Right. Talk us through the upgrades on the group set.
Okay.
You have a power meter there as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let me remember what did I do. After the wheels, then I decided to change my chainring to an oval chainring. Alright.
Absolute black, right?
Yeah, it's an absolute black. So previously they did not have this arrow ring, which is a rotor arrow ring, and previously did not have the Sigei power meter as well. So it was bare, and it was just running on the stock Shimano crank. And when I did that, at the end I changed to an Ultegra RD mechanical, and I don't know why did I do that, but yeah, I did that. And then after that, I think I started to change my handlebar to an NV arrow
The same one as
handlebar.
mine.
Yeah, so the stem and the handlebar. And then after that, I think it got a bit crazy. And then I wanted to get the new Shimano 12-speed Ultegra. But again, that time it was still crazy, so there's no stock. And then in the end, I was like asking the guy, I mean, kudos to Ethan from psychology because he's like accommodating to whatever I want. And he's helped me build my bike to what it is today. So I told him, what parts you have for your Ultegra left? And I will find the rest. You know, then he was like, serious? Okay, then he took a picture and like, showed me, oh, he has this. And then after that, I told him, okay, what do I need? You list down and I will find it. So basically I bought everything online, and he joined my parts together, and then we built this up.
It's a Frankenstein.
Yeah, we built this up, and I had a huge debate with him on this because
Which one, the crank?
the absolute black and the rotor,
okay.
because it's quite rare to see somebody have an absolute black chainring and a rotor arrow crown and also rotor Eldu cranks.
Sorry, what's the
cranks.
rotor arrow? What arrow? What?
This is the arrow crown.
What's that for?
It's actually for this rotor in-spider power meter.
So you need that.
I just tried to use a theory that it might fit, and then in the end I thought it should fit, and I saw some people on T3 Singapore, they were fitting the Sigei on it, and I saw some fit like this arrow ring on it. So I was like thinking like BCD 110, logically it should fit, right? And yeah, we went back and forth with it, and in the end we got it to fit in the end. And yeah, just because I wanted it to have a flush look on this and something different.
Why the oval chainring?
Okay. I was previously on of course a circle chainring, right? I think they mentioned to me that it's easier to climb, more efficiency and stuff like that. I do find that there's a little bit of a difference in terms of efficiency to climb.
How so? What's the feeling like?
It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it does feel a little bit smoother because maybe it's because of the ovals.
Is it placebo?
I don't think so, because the only difference is between this oval and the round chainring is when you sprint. If you sprint out of the saddle, you can definitely feel the difference because the oval one is not so responsive. The circle one is very responsive.
So it's more for climbs.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Cadence-wise, I think.
Okay.
I'm not so sure. I'm not a pro, but another reason I got it is because of aesthetics. because it looks really nice
Right.
for me lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This power meter CGE, is it dual-sided?
No, it's a crank power meter.
So single.
Yeah, it's a single. Actually, but it reads both sides as well.
Yeah.
From the single side. I don't know. I read a lot of reviews from GP Lama as well for this CGE power meter, and I think after listening and going through all the troubleshooting they mentioned, like they have a lot of updates and stuff like that, right? Overall, it's one cheap power meter to get.
How much is it?
I think it's about 1,000 plus.
It's
Ringgit?
$300.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to a rotor one, which is about 3,000.
And the chain, it's black. What chain
Yeah,
is it?
this is a KMC. I think this is a DLC diamond coated 11-speed chain.
I'm just going to say that it's just for looks, right? Is that why you bought it?
Yeah, serious, because it's black, right? So it's nice. I wanted it to have a black outer lay between, like, you know, white and black. So that's why, I mean, even my decals are all whited out.
Sorry, just coming back to the chain ring, right? Does it drop?
So far, during riding, it does not drop. But there was one time it did drop, and that's why I installed the
Chain catcher?
chain catcher.
Which one is that?
That's an absolute black chain catcher.
Don't think it will come cheap, man.
Yeah, I mean,
100 ringgit?
I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember because I was complaining about that because they mentioned that it will not drop at all.
But does it drop inside or outside?
Last time, inside.
Now it goes out.
Doesn't drop out,
doesn't go out,
actually.
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever, I think earlier on you experienced something that was the first time I ever seen it happen.
Yeah.
But normally it does not.
Do you think the reason it drops is because of the oval shape of the chain ring, or is it because of a tuning issue? It's not tuned properly, that's why it's dropping.
Not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure about that.
Okay.
But I think so far, if it's a tuning issue, then it can be retuned
Right.
later on, but I don't really know about that.
Okay. Do you think it's cheaper? Then you should have just sold your bike and get a new, a complete bike. Wouldn't it be cheaper?
Yeah, I did think about that, but at that point of time, stock was an issue, number one. And number two, I didn't expect myself to become this monster.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I felt that upgrading slowly was still nice because you get to experience the bike as it is before you upgrade, so you really feel the difference, like when you upgrade one part and another part, then you have a little bit of joy in it, I think. So yeah, I mean, I even had Ultegra rotor as well,
So now the XTR.
and now I've upgraded it to the the MT 900s,
Yeah.
which is like the end of the line. I cannot upgrade anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the end, I upgraded it to a Di2 11-speed Ultegra, which is the old one, not the new one, and I still save a little bit from there.
And the last but not least is the Kogel bottom bracket. Is that just the upgrade bug?
Because this crank arm, right? It had to come only in a 30 diameter, right? Size. So I think my bike shop was telling me to change to a SLF or a ceramic speed, and I was like, okay, but
But why? Can't you just get a Shimano one?
I don't know. Then some of my friends were telling me like, yeah, you need to do ceramic. Bottom bracket is very important. This kind of thing. And then I think you also mentioned that the bottom bracket is one important part you need to spend on.
Feels smooth. It just
Yeah.
makes smoother.
Yeah. So then, after thinking about like SLF, ceramic speed, and Kogel, right? And then I was like, okay. Then I saw Kogel sponsoring Trek, right? I was like, okay, if Kogel can sponsor Trek and they're like some high-end bike, it shouldn't be that bad, It's still ceramic. But immediately after I changed it, it was totally different. I feel it's like so smooth.
Smooth, right?
I was like wondering, why am I able to like easily just hit my cadence so high and stuff like that? I was like, whoa,
It's like butter.
yeah, I was like blown away. And then they were telling me like, yeah, you wait until you reach the SLF or ceramic speed and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, never mind. I just
I think
now.
it's good enough.
Yeah, for now. I mean, don't want to blow my whole wallet,
Looks like the last thing you're missing is the OSPW then.
Yeah, your favorite topic, right?
Will you get it?
I was contemplating to get a ceramic speed OSPW actually, but then I thought about it because everybody is using a ceramic speed OSPW, and most of people are also using SLF as well because that's the new craze, right? So I thought of actually getting a Kogel OSPW to match this.
Colossus.
Yeah, to match this design. So the front and back is pretty similar, I think. But I haven't got it yet lah. So far I'm pretty happy with this so far. Until I go a bit crazy and get that, then perhaps.
Okay. Looks like your bike is more bling than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit surprised that it ended up this way, because like even
Just like everyone else.
yeah, I mean, even like my bike computer has gone from a Brighton
To Wahoo.
to a Wahoo
Roam,
Element Roam, and my lights have gone from a Giant normal lights now to the C-Sense lights as well. And yeah, so actually I did think of like changing my frame.
I think you should be the frame, man. Instead of all the other nonsense, you should be the frame.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that will be later lah. I mean,
Yeah.
because the next thing I will change will be the frame, if you ask me.
Let's talk about this frame. We haven't really talked about it yet.
Yeah.
How is this frame?
I would say it's very easy to cycle. It's very comfortable. I mean, you go on long rides, short rides. I think acceleration wise is fine. Not that I can compare to any other frames that I have. I don't think it's the most aero frame, as you can see. I don't think it's like also one frame that you look at it, you're scared of it. I don't think so. Your frame is more scary. But I think for the budget wise, it's a nice frame lah. I cannot complain lah.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get.
What do you think are the frames that you like now? What do you think are good looking frames that might be a potential upgrade?
I did look into the Wheelier Filante SLR. That was one.
Do you think you suit these kind of wheels though? Filante SLR is like a climbing bike.
Filante SLR is the aero bike as they call it lah.
Oh really? But
Yeah.
look, if I recall, maybe I got it wrong, but I thought it was like a very skinny tubing.
The Filante Zero, I think, is a climbing bike. Yeah, but I'm not sure about the wheels, because if I get a Filante, I'm probably going to get the Bora Ultras. So probably lah, but then now everybody is like, everybody of my friend is like telling me Madone.
You've got a new Madone now.
Yes, and I also got information about that, and then they were like telling me, you prepare your wallet, the Madone, Madone, and then like, okay, we'll see. But that's one. Wheelier, Madone is one, and then actually wanted to get a SL7 as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, but a lot of people have their input here and there, and some people actually even asked me to get a Factor Ostrovam.
Get a Sika lah.
Yeah, I also have made fun of that. I said, well, might as well get a Sika, it's the same thing. But
The copy.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, at one point I did contemplate to get a Sika as well. But then my friend was telling me like, come on, you've already, just go one more time and that's it. I said, okay, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Last two. Let's just talk briefly about the bike fit that you went to One Bike Asia. So One Bike Asia has this bike fit called ID Match.
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
It's a very interesting bike fit, I would say. They put you on this machine, but before they do that, they get all your measurements from a computer, like through laser and everything. They measure you in terms of your flexibility and your height, your inseam and everything. After which, then they will put you on the machine following your sizes in terms of your seat height, your handlebar length and everything. And then after that, they put you through a test. You just cycle, and then the machine will automatically move accordingly in sequences and see which is the optimum fit for you and your body and the bike.
So the machine moves as you are pedaling.
There will be one setting, like, okay, for instance, like, okay, this setting, They will move up or move down or move forward, move back. Then they will find, okay, after this, then they will capture all your what do you call it, anatomy of how you move on the bike, and then they will shift to another sequence, maybe lower or higher or whatever, and then they will just do a sequence and find the best optimum fit for you.
How long does the whole process take?
2 hours.
2 hours, pretty long.
2 hours, because like even your cleats also they will fit it everything.
Okay,
accordingly.
let's talk about price. How much is this?
Price
1,000 Sing dollars.
No, it's 600.
Holy shit, that's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's 600. I mean, KL has already launched it as well. It's about the same price.
Holy crap, it's so expensive. Do you think it's worth 600 bucks?
I think if you have the money and if you really want something simple that you just don't want to, like, you know, you have a problem, you can bring it back there to readjust. I mean, ultimately. And because they have different settings, you see, so it's whether you want to be comfortable, aggressive, or pro, or whatever. You can automatically set it after you've done the bike fit, and then just find one setting for you, and that's it. That's the optimum setting. So for me, I mean, whether it's worth it or not, if you have extra cash to spend, like you say, you can spend how much on an OSPW. Might as well you spend something on a long-term thing, which is on your body, because at the end of the day, if your body is in aching aching pain, you won't be able to ride your bike and enjoy.
Were you
it.
having pains?
I did.
Okay.
I did have a little bit of soreness at my back and my knees. So of course, every bike fit does not miraculously cure you the next day. It has to go through a sequence of maybe like few rides, and then you need to adjust further from there. Like what you normally do, like, you know, you push the saddle, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have money for 600 bucks
Yeah.
to do it the old school style and adjust it myself.
I know, but in the end, I mean, sometimes it can be frustrating because you adjust, you know, and then you still feel. So at the end, like what they told me, my ideal crank length is actually 175.
And what is this?
This 172.5.
Okay.
And saddle is fine, the bar is, everything is fine. This is everything perfect. It is my size, just the crank.
So you paid 600 bucks just for them to tell you that the crank, you needed a longer crank,
But I can still use this crank.
right? So
It's
that
not-
was the outcome, just the...
No, they adjusted everything.
Okay,
This
so
one
you had to adjust everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So they adjusted it up, and then they adjusted some position. Like my handlebar was at a 17% degree drop. NVs, right? So then he had told me like, okay, no, you have to go 7%.
So what, they just loosen the bolts and push it up?
No, because I brought the cap, right?
Because NVs, they can invert it. Okay, got it.
So I brought the cap, so I brought it them, then I got them to fix it,
Okay.
and then do it like that. So he told me write more and tell him how he feels. Then if I come back here, I mean, because I'm an exceptional case, I'm not from here, right? So if I need to do an adjustment, then yeah, you can feel free. But I think okay lah. I mean,
They adjusted your cleats as well?
yeah, everything. I brought my 2 shoes here.
Right.
Get them to fit all my cleats, the new cleats, one shot. And then the next day I rode with my friend.
How do you feel?
It was sore. You can feel that every part of your body is sore, because after a bike fit, you would definitely feel that. It's not supposed to feel comfortable, right? But then the second one, when he brought me, I felt all right. So, I mean, we'll see the next one, see how, you know, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it feels relaxed. It doesn't feel like a lot of pressure as before. Like I felt it was forward. But now I think, thanks to the bike fit, I think it's much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
Yeah,
Let's
go ahead.
quickly wrap the dislikes of the bike. Oh, what's the weight?
The last I weighed it was 7.88 kg.
Okay.
That was the last time lah, because I was dying to get it down below 8 and trying to get it to a sub 7.5, but I don't think that's
Tough, man.
possible, because this
frame
is
is
a ML
Yeah.
size, is like second grade.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even the SL grade, so it's a bit tough lah, but ultimately it's still okay lah, acceptable. Below 8 is still acceptable lah.
Yeah. Dislikes.
The only dislike I think is probably the cables.
Oh yeah, external
Yeah.
cable routing. But you've done some electrical shrinking here.
That
Is-
was done by Psychology KK. So they know I'm a bit of an OCD, so they told me that they tried to clean it up as much and leave it as 2 cables. Actually, I wanted to integrate the cables.
Can you?
You can, but you can risk the warranty of the fork.
So meaning drill a hole here?
Something inside the stem there, I think.
Oh, through the stem.
Yeah. So I was very close to doing that. And I've seen a lot of people do that in Malaysia already.
We'll go on to the IG questions. If you want to ask your Instagram questions, you can follow me on Instagram and you guys can submit your questions. Since we are a bit short of time, we're already at a 40-minute mark. I'll just pick one, just a couple of interesting ones. We'll try to grill you if there is. People say that the Giant is the Toyota of bicycles. Is this true?
I don't know whether that's true or not. I think probably they relate to you having options to find a lot of parts, is it?
Probably.
Probably.
Or the resale value.
Or is it cheaper to find parts for Giants? I don't know. I can't comment on that, but as the current pandemic, I think whatever bike, you surely have a shortage of parts. I think.
What's your favorite part of the bike? I always talk about dislikes now. Let's talk about favorite part.
That's new.
Yeah, that's new.
Okay, my favorite part of the bike.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you sure try.
Oval chainring and the chain.
Actually, I like the wheels.
Okay.
I like the wheels, but I mean overall, I just like the overall look of it. Yeah.
On the wheels, actually, there was a question. Okay, found it. I've just, probably by the time people are watching this video, they would have watched the previous interview from this user who's going to ask this question. Who has the same wheel set, if I remember, and these decals.
The wheels actually didn't come with these decals. So the white decals were actually pasted on by me. His Instagram is inkmyride.co.uk. Pasted it with Andrew actually. Took us 3 hours.
Oh.
His question is, why these decals and how did you get them?
Why? Sorry?
Why these decals? These are not original zip decals, right? You pasted it. Why?
Okay, because I think as that guy knows as well, he owns the same wheels, right? When you come stock, right, it doesn't come with the white color decals. It comes with this kind of color, which is a little bit gray, and it's like not really visible. And then one fine day, I saw there's one bike by Canyon. They have a special decal, especially for Canyon, Zip and Canyon together with a white decal. And after that, I tried to even contact Zip themselves from USA, whether they can give me that decal. I will buy it whatever price. And then in the end, they said no, we only can send you the original decals. And then I spoke to my bike shop and I told him I wanted to do a decal. Can you do it? Then he said, yeah, why not? But in the end, it was quite tough because nobody had a imprint of this new Zips, right? So it took quite a while, but kudos to him again to get me this.
Psychology?
Yeah, Psychology KK.
Okay.
So he helped me make this decals, and it's a reflective decals actually.
How the heck do they do this?
Don't ask me,
printer?
man. They don't ask me, man. I just am happy that he got it for me, and it looks really cool now.
Next question is then, why did you choose Zip and not KDEX?
Okay. It's a common question because you're a Giant rider. So, my bike shop did ask me to get a KDEX. They were all pushing me to get a KDEX. But in the end, I don't know. I think I consulted my friend and I was like asking him like, okay, KDEX or Zips or NVs. Then he was like, if you can, NVs. If you can't, Zips.
Of course, they'll sell you NVs. More expensive, more profit margin.
Yeah, but I mean, he told me like in the end, KDEX is last lah. But I almost switched to the new KDEX 65. Almost, but in the end, I just stuck with this.
Because of branding?
No, because I just wanted to be different.
Okay.
Because everybody has, like, you see a Giant, there's like a KDEX rim, or you see like a S-Works, there's like gonna be Roval.
Yeah.
You see a Trek, it's gonna be NVs or whatever, right? Or Bontrager. So I tried to be a little bit different.
Okay. I'll just pick this as the last question. What's the difference between the Pro and non-Pro version other than the group set? So it's referring to the Giant Pro and non-Pro, because yours is the Pro Compact.
Oh, I think in terms of weight and the carbon structure, I think probably the carbon material that they use, the layup. So I think like a Pro SL is
Is that the one with the integrated seat post?
Yeah, that's the top range. So that's like the lightest and one of the best, so-called in carbon grade. Then it goes lower. After that, goes to the Pro, and then after it goes to the Pro 2.
So this is the Pro 2.
Yeah. So this is the second one.
Okay.
So I don't know. To me, it's just about how much lighter it can go.
Right.
So the SL would normally top out to about easily 6.8 kg to 7 kg plus, easily, and mine will be definitely heavier, I would say.
Okay. That's the end of the IG questions. I want to cut it short. I think not sure if people even watch until this time. So as you know, you got to nominate someone to be on the show. You have someone in mind?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not sure whether he's wanting or willing to come on the show. So I have a friend who is in Singapore. He's a very strong rider. His name is Arthur Lee. I probably can share you his contact later and maybe his Strava as well for you to have an idea of what he does.
No, just ask him to DM me, man.
Yeah, I don't think he will DM you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you probably have to contact him and tell him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see whether we can meet up with him or something while I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he's another Sabahan here, and I think there's quite a number of Sabahans here as well.
Okay. Hopefully we get them to come here.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully you can fly over, man, and I can arrange for you some people to see some crazy bikes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no budget. You can see my setting is at a car park here.
Yeah, but it's a very nice setting, I would say. Appreciate what you've been doing. I've followed your channel and it's really interesting. So that's why it has brought me here today to meet up with you. It's an honor and privilege.
No, thank you for actually contacting me. I think it's good to have you here and get a different perspective from us from KK, not from Singapore.
Yeah, exactly.
And a different setup and the reason behind your bike. Anyway, I think that is it. Do you want to have anything else?
Nothing much to say. Just don't forget to like, subscribe, and
Thanks,
follow him.
Yeah, thanks so much, Aaron, and maybe you'll catch up for a ride before you go back to
Can.
KK, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.